You know, it's wild how sometimes an ancient text can hold an idea so powerful, so radical, that it feels like it was written just for today. We're about to dive into one of those ideas, a single sentence that promises nothing less than a complete, total personal transformation. Let's see what it's all about.
So here it is. And wow, this is a bold, definitive statement, right? This isn't about just making a few small adjustments or turning over a new leaf. Nope, this verse proposes a fundamental reset button for a person's entire life. It's claiming that something brand new can actually replace what was there before.
And that, right there, is the core question for this entire explainer. What on earth is a new creation? Is it just a metaphor, a feeling, or is it something more? To figure that out, we have to start by looking at what it leaves behind.
Okay, so before you can really appreciate the new, you've got to understand the old. The verse makes a really clean break, saying flat out, the old has gone. So what exactly is this old that just disappears?
Here's the crucial part. Listen to how final that language is. It doesn't say the old is fading away, or that it's being renovated. It says the old has gone. Period. This speaks to a complete release from a former state of being, like slamming the door shut on a previous chapter for good.
And this is a concept we can all kind of get in really universal terms, right? Just think about what the old could be for anyone. It could be a former identity that you just don't connect with anymore, or the weight of past mistakes and regrets that you're always carrying around, or maybe it's those deep-rooted habits and patterns that just seem to hold you back. It's the whole shebang, the entire framework of a life before this promised point of change. Which, of course, leads us to the next logical question, doesn't it? If all of that stuff, the past identity, the regrets, the old patterns, is gone, what takes its place? Let's dive in and really explore what this new reality is all about.
All right, this is the heart of the promise. This is where it gets really exciting. The verse doesn't just say the old is gone and leave it there. It immediately follows up with this incredible declaration that the new is here.
To really get the scale of this change, think of it like this. This is not like installing a software update on your phone, where you'll get a few cool new features but the device is basically the same. No. This is describing a factory reset, a complete system reboot. Everything starts totally fresh. I mean, looking at this comparison makes it crystal clear. The old self is defined and, frankly, limited by its past. It's bound by all those patterns we just talked about. But the new creation, it's defined by a brand new beginning. It has the freedom to start completely fresh because, just like the verse says, an old way of being has completely ended, which allows a new life to begin.
Okay. A total reboot sounds incredible, but how does it actually happen? A change this huge has to have a catalyst, right? Some kind of trigger. And the verse is actually very, very specific about what that trigger is.
The key to unlocking this entire promise. It lies in three little words right at the beginning of the verse. If anyone is in Christ. This is presented as the one condition, the specific environment where this radical change can actually happen.
So what does in Christ even mean in this context? Well, the text presents it as more than just a belief. It's a state of being. It's a deep connection or relationship that fundamentally changes the entire environment of a person's life. The idea is that inside this new spiritual environment, the old self and all its patterns just lose their power, which allows the new creation to come to life. It's the essential ingredient, the active catalyst that makes the transformation happen.
So we can actually break this down into a pretty clear, logical flow. First, you've got the acknowledgement that the past is over, the old has gone. Second, there's the embracing of the catalyst, this state of being in Christ. And third, that leads directly to stepping into a brand new reality. The new is here.
So we've looked at the what and the how. But what does this all mean for someone's actual day-to-day life? How does this idea of being a new creation really change things? Well, it's all about a fundamental shift in perspective. And this is so crucial to get. This isn't about instantly becoming some perfect, finished product. It's about a change in your direction and your identity. Your life is no longer defined by the story of who I was, but by the forward-looking, and sometimes messy, journey of who I am becoming. It's a continuous process of living out this new reality, not just a one-time event that's over and done with. And in the end, it all comes back to this one simple but profound idea from our source, a definitive end and a brand new start. It's a message of hope, of release, and of radical new possibilities, all packed into one powerful sentence. So, This verse really leaves us with a question that's less about ancient theology and way more about our own lives right now. If you could truly let go of the old, the mistakes, the regrets, the identity that just doesn't fit anymore, what could your new begin to look like, starting today?